Hi everyone, welcome to this week's video, and it's called Every Moment is a Clean Slate. And what we're going to point you to and nudge you to remember is that every given moment, it is like a clean slate. You can put on it whatever you want. What are you putting on it? And we'll show you and point you how you put things on and take things off metaphorically. Okay, so just to remind you, our next group is November the 23rd. All details are on our website. And if you want to contact us, as a lot of you do, via email or our website, you're quite willing, leave any messages, or if you want to book a one-to-one on our website or via our email, you can do. And yes, subscribe to this channel. All details are below in the description. Right, so got that out of the way. So it's a clean slate every moment. So how do you put good things on there? How do you take crap off? Well, it's all metaphorically speaking. You've got this clean slate every moment, which we all have. And when you wake up in the morning or in the afternoon, whenever it is you wake up, you can put yesterday's old news on there. You can put whatever you like on there, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and call it the truth. Now, none of it is. And how you put it on and how you take it off, putting it on, you put your focus on it. And taking it off, you put your focus on something else. So, say for instance, joy, you're choosing joy, you're choosing happiness and abundance. By focusing on that you already have it, that's what's on this slate. But when you say, oh no, I'm looking out there, life's a struggle, this horrible thing's happening again, you're focused in on the horrible things, the negative things, and you're putting them on that clean slate by default. So it is, again, what we're nudging you to remember is you are the power. The mind has no power. The thoughts have no power. The emotions have no power. You are the power. But when a thought invitation comes in saying, oh, this thing still hasn't changed out there, my money situation still hasn't changed out there, you're accepting that invitation. So it's like you say, yes, that's the truth. And then you take the ride of lack. And the only way to get off the ride of lack is to focus on abundance, because nothing's been left out. It's all really, we say a clear slate. What we really mean to point you to is everything's on that slate. What are you highlighting? What are you rubbing out? Are you rubbing out the good and you're highlighting the rubbish? You just need to flip that back round.
It's a bit like, say a page of a book, and you've highlighted something on that book, on that page, like in Kindle where you can highlight it, or you can get a highlight and highlight all that. So everything's on that page, but once you focus in on what's highlighted, everything else sort of goes to the back, and all you see is what you've highlighted at the front. So it's all on the page, everything's there, but you only see what you focus on because you've highlighted that. So you're highlighting this every day. Oh, things haven't changed. Oh, things haven't changed. Or I'm nearly there, but I'm not there yet. Or I'm not. I understand this, but I'm not understanding it properly. You're highlighting that. So every time you look at that page, you're going to get that same view. You're going to see that again. But if you unhighlight that, and then you look at the page properly, and then you see something else. It's like when people read a book. They can read a book, and they can see something that they've not seen before. Or they could have read that book 20 times and read it and just thought, and then suddenly they'll pick it up and read it again, and the same page means something completely different. Because what they've done is they've focused in on that and seen that, and everything else goes out of focus, because what you focus on is what you see. So all the rest just drops away. So if you focus on that you are getting this, or you are abundant, or you are healthy, or you are happy, and you focus on that, that comes to the forefront, and everything else drops back down, goes out of focus. Because what you focus on is what you see.
So it's not about saying, I need more, say, money, because you're then saying you need money and you're going to get more experiences that support that need, that you need money. So isn't it better to say that I know I've been giving it everything, I know what I've been focusing on the lack of instead of the abundance of, I've got more than enough. Now that might feel like, oh no, that's lying, but every story is made up. Every single experience is made up by you. So just start focusing on the opposite side of abundance has been given. You need nothing. But as soon as you say you need, you'll get experience to back up that need. Just give this a try. We're pointing you to your own truth. You know this. We're not telling you anything you don't know. We're pointing and nudging you to remember. Remember what you are. You are not this character with needs and wants. You are this that we've always pointed to. You're everything. You're the power.
And the thing is, you've already got it now because it all comes from within. So you've already everything already. There's nothing that's not yours. You just need to be more aware of that you have it, because it all comes from you. There's nothing outside. The outside is a reflection of what you see within. So think of the times when you've been happy. When you think about the times when everything's in the flow and everything's going good, all the other things are happening as well, but you don't see them because you're focused on being happy and in the moment and in the flow, and then everything else you don't see.
Yeah, it gets
it's all still there,
out, isn't it? Like you say,
it's all still there
in the background.
In the background, but because you're not putting your attention on it, it doesn't bother you. But when you're focusing on, you hear the news, and you go, oh, this is bad, and you focus on that, and you'll hear the news more, and you'll see more,
and that comes to the foreground.
And then, and people start talking about it, and then you'll see it on your phone or on Facebook, or so, because now you're focusing on that. And the more you focus on anything, it's like the algorithm, it's just, whatever you hover on, like on Facebook or something, then you start to see more of that.
Yeah, and to stop seeing more of what you focus on Facebook, to get to the algorithms, you should just hover on something else.
Yeah,
and then you'll get more algorithms to that.
Don't look at the other things. So don't put your attention on unhighlight that and highlight something else.
So it is so simple, and you can do it right now. It's not about pushing and shoving anything out there. It's the main place to look is within, because that's where everything always has and always will start from. That's where you focus in on, and you've been given unlimited of everything within, but you've limited yourself by, oh, I can only have this much, I can only experience this much happiness, and you're setting yourself up for that. But you've been given it all, and you just choose from this place from within.
When you feel love or happiness or joy, no one gives you that.
No.
It's not come from outside, it's come from within.
It's always been there, and you've just allowed it to arise.
I can't give you love.
No.
The love comes from it. I can love you, but that feeling of love I don't go, here you go, there's my love.
No.
It doesn't mean anything, because there's lots of people that can love someone and they don't feel the same way, because it doesn't come from out there, it comes from within.
And it's already there. It's all been given. And that's all we're saying. Just remember what you are. You're not this character. You're far more than a character that needs stuff. You just are. And that's what we're nudging you to remember. Remember what you are. That's it. We try and do these videos. Well, we do these videos to point you.
We don't try. We point.
Yeah, to point you, to help nudge you to remember what you are. And it's as simple. As soon as you see what you are, then that's it. You start having fun, you start laughing, because it is a big joke. And that's why a lot of people write to us, oh, you're so happy, you're laughing all the time. And that's why, because we remember what we are. And sometimes we have a little forgetfulness. And something out there is being mirrored back, but then we know what we've done and what we are. And then we just start focusing on that, what we are, and then we laugh again. And that's it. That's as simple as it is. So if you think you're struggling, just know that's an invitation you've accepted. You've accepted that invitation of struggle. Oh, there's a cat reminding. And you've accepted that ride, and then you're off on the ride of struggle, and it feels so rubbish because that's your indicator that it's not the truth. That's why it feels rubbish. And things that feel lovely and nice are the indicator. That's it. You're living in the flow, your natural flow that you were always meant to be in. Not that you ever leave this flow, you just haven't experienced what it's like when you say, I'm out of the flow, I've got blocks, I've got struggle. And then, because you've claimed them as yours, you'll experience them.
And I've gotten a lot of feedback from the book. There's people sending personal messages and saying that they read the book. They read the book and they recognise the true nature. It hasn't come from the book, but that book came from within, the same place where everything comes from. So I didn't the person didn't write the book. It came from the same place everyone writes a book from within. And so that's why it talks to people, because people see it because they're that as well, because where it came from is within them as well. So that's why I call the book Remembering the Infinite, because you already know this. It's already you. You already are this. And we're just pointing to that, pointing you back to go within to see it for yourself.
And to be aware of what you're saying each day. I mean, we had one client this week who hated the job. He said, I really hate my job. And we said, well, why do you do it? And he said, because I need the money. And that's what we said. Did you just hear what he said? He couldn't hear what he was saying. I said, because you say you need the money, you're going to get experiences of need. And you're going to have to work at a job you don't like because you need the money. So we had a little chat with him, and it just all blew up for him in a good way, because he'd actually seen what he was saying, and then he could see why his life was the way it was. And he laughed because he saw he'd set himself up.
But we all know what we're doing, really.
Yeah.
We all know it truly deep down. We all know what we're doing to ourselves.
And then just talk to him about what he does love to do. And it was himself that was saying, yeah, but I can't do what I love to do because I make no money out of that. I said, can you see you've still got the story of you need money? And he went, oh yeah. So he's just started to do what he loves without needing money.
Not saying he jacked his job in, but
no, but he started to do more in his spare time of what he loves, without the thought of I need money. And then from there, who knows where it will go. But he's now enjoying life more. That's it. It's just taking that one step. And then when you take that one step, another step will appear to do something else. And it is like a flow. It is effortless, because you don't need to know what the 100 steps are. You just need to take the first step. Well, I love doing this. Well, I've got an hour each day. I can do something I love. I'll take that step. And then something else will show. Something else will show.
The more you focus on what you love, the less you focus on what you hate.
Yeah.
Because at the moment...
And that expands that love.
If you're going to a place of work and hating that job, you're going to just see more of how much you hate it. And it's going to show up. That job's going to show up. All the evidence is going to why you hate that job.
Yeah, and you'll see more of it.
But when you take your attention off that and start doing things you love, that gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then before you know it, you're doing more of what you love and less of what you do. And you're not even focusing on what you don't want to do, because what you love takes over.
Yeah, and it's that simple. Everything is that simple. It all starts with that one, well, what do I love to do? I'll just do 10 minutes, whatever it is. You have the power to say what it is. So start now in this moment.
Yeah, focus on, highlight what you want in life, because to want it is to know you have it.
Yeah,
otherwise
and then you just choose
you
that.
You couldn't want it if you didn't already have it.
Yeah. So just
how would you know? How would you know if you were missing something? How do you know you're missing something if you hadn't first had it in the first place?
Exactly. So in this moment is a clear slate, or it's full of everything. What you're highlighting, what you're rubbing out is what you're focusing in on. You want to highlight happiness and joy, or do you want to highlight struggle and hate? It's up to you. You've got the highlighter, you've got the duster. It's all within your power. And that's it. So until the next time, bye.